Hey, thanks for tuning in today. I got a question today from Jonas Rajanto, who's over in Finland. Jonas and I have been mates for years. We connected through the First Time Facilitator podcast. He works for a consulting agency over in Finland. And we're also both born in 1983, so we've both grown up with the same type of technology. But he asked me a question on this. So rather than just voice note him, I said, hey, is it okay if I ask you a question and answer it on the show? He said that was fine. And so, I thought I'd share the response with you. It's about two different software products. One is Descript, one is Loom. Share his question with you first, then I'll share what each of these tools do and my response to Jonas as well. So Jonas's question was, hey, Leanne, I know you've used and lauded Descript over the years. Can you say why Descript would be better than Loom with its AI features? The overlap is that both transcribe and you can edit the video by editing the transcription. I'm thinking about starting to do more video. Okay, so quick answer is I actually pay for both of these tools. I think they're both worth it. If I was to give one up, I'd probably give up Loom. And I'll explain why in a moment. But what's interesting and what's embedded in Jonas's question is both of these tools have just become so powerful. They're really using AI. If you did video production like 5 years ago, you'd use a tool like Adobe Premiere or on your iMac, and you'd have to go through the scene, you have to listen and watch, and then you could edit and cut things out. What Descript and Loom do, which is different, is when you upload a video, it will transcribe the video. And so it'll give you something that looks like a word with all the transcription on there. And if you delete the first sentence out of that Word doc, it automatically cuts it out of your video. So rather than editing the video, you're actually editing the text. And that's how I produce this podcast so quickly is sometimes I do make mistakes and I'll only do one take. I won't hit stop and record again. I will just do it in one take. But through Descript, you can quickly go in and just cut a sentence out and that will edit the video or audio on my behalf. So both tools now do this. Let me just quickly explain what Descript is and then what Loom is, and then I'll explain why I still have both. So Descript is my editing studio and content lab. It's a professional grade audio and video editor. It's built for creators, it's built for people like me. It records, transcribes, and lets you edit the video, like I said, by editing the text. It also handles multi-track editing, which I don't think Loom does, studio sound enhancement, filler word removal, AI-generated voiceovers, and caption exports. So I use it to produce my podcast. Sometimes I'll clean up some of the filler words. Not often though, like you'll hear these filler words. It's a daily podcast. I don't need to be too professional. If I'm putting captions on videos for social media, that's what I'll use to do that, Descript. To export podcasts directly to YouTube, to export directly to my podcast platform. Like you can export from Descript straight into Hello Audio without having to export it as an MP3, which saves time. If you do interview style content, you can actually have split scenes. This is the stuff that Loom just can't do. Loom is quite simple, but I still keep Loom, and maybe I shouldn't. But the beauty of Descript as well is you can have a video, you can export it as a website. So then you can like share it like a YouTube link with someone else. So I think Descript, I would say it's the number one tool that I use. I love it so much. Jonas says I laud it, L-A-U-D. I think it's incredible. So why do I keep Loom? What Loom is for me is more about behind the scenes, more related to my client work, to be honest, as opposed to marketing. If Jonas, you're keen on doing more video, showing up on video, use Descript. Like that would be just the tool I would go for and pay for. Because it can do everything Loom does. But what Loom does is it's more about the, user friendliness with my clients. For me, Loom is designed for communication and not for production, whereas Descript is like your all-in-one production house. Loom is designed for collaboration, I would say, more than anything. So I use Loom a lot I'll video record my proposals. So I'll share a document on the screen. I'll talk it over using Loom. Yes, I can do this in Descript, but I'll tell you why I use it in Loom in a second. If I'm giving feedback for a client, like my Roasted by Leanne service, what that was is I'd have something on the screen, I would record over the top and just talk to it. And what Loom has got now, which is what Jonas was alluding to, has AI summaries, auto titles, comment threads. Why I like using Loom for the communication and collaboration side of things is because you can do things like clients can react to it. They can react in the video. They can add their own comments, even though they have to log in, which is kind of annoying, but they can add commentary. So at certain points during your video, they can respond to that, which I think is really powerful and really enables async work across regions without having a meeting. Loom's main goal is to replace meetings, right? So the enemy of Loom is meetings. What is really great at is just creating this really nice user-friendly way of collaborating and communicating. So it's fast as well. It's super fast. The second it's there, it's uploaded. It's faster than Descript. So I just want to get something out in a really speedy way. I can do that as well. So yeah, I think I use both because Descript is more my content creation tool. Loom is for communication and collaboration. There is an overlap, and at some point I probably will let Loom go because Descript, I can do walkthrough videos over the top of that, but isn't as friendly as Loom right now. So that's why I'm hanging on to it. So that's how I use both. I hope that helps you, Jonas, and anyone else who's listening to this in terms of the tech. Thanks for listening, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.